When you find yourself having to approach a narcissist with a simple question, you'll often find yourself in a conversation where they simply avoid giving you a straightforward answer. They're very unwilling to open up and discuss things with you. Instead of giving you that answer, they're simply going to shift the blame onto you. They're going to change the subject on you. They're going to avoid answering the question. They're going to accuse you of attacking them. They're going to go all out to frustrate you so that they don't have to answer to you, partly because of their arrogance. They don't believe they should have to answer to you. They're always right. They're superior. You're inferior to them. It's none of your business. You should just go and deal with it. And this can be simple things such as discussing the household bills or discussing being invited somewhere. You can say, hey, we've been invited to this. And they turn around and say, oh, I don't know what I'm doing then. I might be busy. I can't answer that. So they'll give you an answer without actually giving you an answer. Or they will answer your question with a question, so you find yourself answering to them so that they don't have to answer to you. When it comes to a narcissist, they don't answer a question because they're going to prioritize their own needs over everybody else. Because a honest answer might make them look bad, it might expose them in some way. So they're going to go all out to avoid giving you an honest answer. And in some cases, they enjoy knowing something that you don't know. They enjoy winding you up. They enjoy frustrating you. You can simply just ask them if they've had a nice day. They get offended by this. They feel like you're wanting too much information from them. Yet as they change the goalposts on you, the day before when you asked them if they had a nice day and they got offended, the next day you don't ask them if they've had a nice day and they get offended that you didn't ask them if they'd had a nice day and continue to fall silent on you, usually because they're manipulating somebody new. You can just ask them how they feel about something. Narcissistic people do not want to be vulnerable about their feelings. That's why they gaslight and shift the blame and project and attack you. They don't want to open up about how they feel, so they're not going to answer a question. When you ask them what they think about something, they might avoid explaining it to you because they don't want you to delve too deeply into their thought process. A narcissistic person is very good at exaggerating their experiences, exaggerating their achievements. However, they often lack the authenticity to the experience because they're exaggerating it. So when you ask them to explain more, they can't explain more. Instead, they jump on the defensive and start attacking you. They'll go all out to criticize you and to make you feel dumb so that they can remain in control. When it comes to a narcissist, they don't feel like they should have to answer to you. Therefore, they're not going to. They're going to confuse you and frustrate you and upset you and blame you and shame you instead so that you feel inferior to them, so that you begin to doubt yourself and question yourself, and then they can accuse you of being the crazy one. When you do find yourself in a situation where you need to ask a narcissist something, try and do it in a manner that strokes their ego, because they're very egotistical. So try and say, I'd really appreciate your thoughts on this. It makes them feel valid. It makes them feel important. This isn't something you want to use long term because they will further manipulate you. This is if you're struggling with a co-parenting situation and you need to ask them something about the children and you need an answer. So I'd really appreciate your thoughts on this. Ask them once. Ask them straightforward as you can. Be direct, and if they take you off topic, if they start attacking you, just take them back to the original point. Don't go off topic. Don't start defending yourself to them. And then if they're still not going to communicate, if they're still going to project out onto you, stop the communication. Let them do whatever it is they want to do and you focus on you. Stop the communication. Leave it. They're not going to answer that simple question. You cannot change them. No matter how much you try to communicate with them, it's not going in. They lack the self-awareness to care about how their behaviour affects you. They're just looking to irritate you and annoy you and remain in control. So protect yourself by limiting all communication, limiting all interactions with them instead.